Have you ever wondered what it would be like if every student had a personal guidance counselor right in their pocket, ready to help 24/7? It sounds a little like science fiction, doesn't it? Well, it's the core idea behind a really fascinating new project. In this explainer, we're going to dive into Project GAIA.
Okay, so let's get into it. To really understand why a project like GAIA was even created in the first place, we first have to understand the world it's trying to help, the world of today's students.
It's a huge question, right? And I think a lot of us are asking it. The whole landscape of being a student and becoming an adult has just changed so much, and it feels like the pressure is coming from absolutely everywhere.
I mean, think about it. The pressure is coming from all sides. You've got intense academic expectations, a huge spike in mental health struggles, the incredible weight of making these life-altering career decisions. And on top of it all, so many just feel, well, disconnected.
And here's the real kicker. While all those pressures are constant, the support systems, well, they just aren't. A school counselor is an amazing resource, but they can't be there at 2 in the morning when a student is completely stressing out about an exam or a big life choice. There's this massive gap between when help is needed and when it's actually available.
So that gap, that's exactly what this project is trying to fill. Let's take a look at this new kind of counselor, one that's designed to meet that challenge head-on.
Meet GAIA. So the name itself is an acronym. It stands for Guardian AI for Independent Adolescence, and the whole concept is simple, but wow, is it powerful. It's a personal guidance counselor run by AI that's there for you around the clock to give you personalized, and this is the key, instant support.
Its mission is really straightforward, but also pretty huge. It's designed to be this constant, reliable presence in a student's life. It's not just there to spit out answers, but to actually empower students to make better decisions, to help them manage their stress, and to offer real guidance whenever they need it most.
Okay, so that all sounds fantastic in theory. But how on earth do you actually go about building a virtual mentor? Well, the whole creation process was broken down into a few really important stages.
The whole development process was broken down into these 4 key steps, and you might be surprised where it started. It wasn't with code, it was with a concept, designing a friend. From there, they moved on to defining the features, teaching the AI how to learn, and finally, testing it with the very people it was built for, the students themselves.
And let's just pause on that first step for a second because it was so important. This was never about just building a piece of software. The team knew that for GAIA to actually work, it couldn't feel like some cold robotic tool. It had to feel warm, inviting, and, trustworthy.
The goal wasn't just to create a utility. It was to create a presence. The whole team wanted to build something that felt, in their words, like a friend you can always rely on. Someone a student would actually feel comfortable turning to for advice.
Okay, so we get the philosophy behind it, but let's get practical. Beyond just feeling like a friend, what tools and features does GAIA actually have to offer a student who needs help?
What's really key here is that it's a holistic approach. See, GAIA doesn't just focus on the academic stuff, like study tips or finding scholarships. It puts just as much importance on personal support, offering tools for emotional well-being, stress management, and even helping with career counseling.
And this is the tech that makes it all possible. This isn't just some static FAQ page. GAIA is using advanced machine learning, which means it actually learns from its conversations with each student. This allows it to give advice that's tailored specifically to them, and it gets more and more relevant over time.
So the real question, does it work? Well, when they put a prototype into the hands of real students, the feedback on its personalized approach was pretty stunning. For everything from exam stress to figuring out a career path, the response was 100% positive.
Now, when you have a test run that successful, you have to start asking a much bigger question. What could this mean for the entire future of student support? And this is the vision, fully realized. A support system that's just seamlessly part of a student's everyday life, ready to guide them on their phone, their tablet, their laptop, whenever and wherever they might need it most.
Which brings us to one final, really provocative thought. We've seen the tech, we've seen the mission, and we've seen the amazing feedback. But can an AI, no matter how smart it is, truly be a mentor? Can code ever replace that human connection? Or is this a powerful new tool to work alongside it? That's the big question Project GAIA leaves us to think about.